Hi guys, welcome back to Within the Cauldron. I'm Nico. With us we have Chrissy and Amy back in the corner there. We have our lovely medium red. And our special guest today is Dave Gaddy. And Dave here is the author of Simple Magic of Wild Things and a Southern Rooted Witch who teaches accessible and embodied magic grounded in nature, ancestry, and personal reclamation. A former pastor turned practitioner, his work helps people reconnect with the wild power already living within them. He taught at Sacred Space and Mystic South, and looking to expand this next year. Um, he has created a Patreon for classes. He's also a pastor or former pastor of the United Methodist and Assemblies of God churches for over a decade.
Welcome, Dave.
About him and his amazing book.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
And before we get started, I just want to bring your book up real fast. This is his new book. And this you can also get from Amazon. Is that correct, Dave?
Yes, and through Rebel Satori Press.
Okay, great. I love the book cover, by the way.
I do too.
You can thank my publisher for that because I'm scared to death of possums.
Oh, I love their. I totally get it. I had a whole incident with a possum. Yeah. I have a respect for them. I think they're cute, but also I don't want one within 5 feet of me.
They have become a type of an ally for me over the years because I keep having experiences with them, whether I want to or not.
Yeah, yeah, that and raccoons. I had a possum fall on my head out of a ceiling.
Whoa. Oh my gosh!
No.
I used to work in demolition, and we were taking the ceiling down, and there was a whole possum nest up in there. And so it hit my hard hat, and it rolled over and played dead. And that damn thing was stuck in our work site for 3 days. We tried to it hit somewhere, and we come in and hear it hiss at us, and then finally got it out of the damn building.
Oh my!
They're sweet creatures, though. Like, I love them outside, but like not in the house, please.
Yeah, outside.
Exactly.
I have a healthy respect for them.
So, Dave, this is your first book, correct?
It is.
And I saw that it was forwarded by the wonderful Jake Richards.
Yes, love Jake.
He's a super sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart. What made you decide to do this book?
I've always been a storyteller at heart, and growing up in the South with Appalachian roots and my family, it was just something natural that happened, and I didn't want the parts of my childhood especially to disappear. I mean, I'm the oldest of 2 boys, and I'm the only one right now that does practice witchcraft, so I didn't want those old stories to go away. And they had an impact on me, and I thought that they'd have an impact on other people. And somebody told me right as I was contemplating finding a publisher and talking about getting a book in the works, that everybody needs to hear your story. Your story is not like anybody else's. So there's somebody out there that needs your story. And that's what started the book process.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. It's kind of like you doing that too, Chrissy, with, your books for the family, to pass down to the children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, so that, they, can have those memories, etc., continue on generationally. I love that. That's awesome.
I think it's important to tell your truth, because when you, pass away, people are going to say their own things about you and their own experiences, and it's important for you to have your truth out there.
Exactly. And parts of my book deal with different things such as trauma and ancestry magic and different things that I've walked through as I've gone through my path.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed. I've already read your book. I got it the other day, and I went through and read it. I love it. Your narrative storytelling is great, and then coupled with the exercises and rituals past those, I like the writing stuff. Like sitting on a porch having a conversation with somebody, and then they fix your problems, which is exactly what I like about folk practitioners.
Thank you.
Also, as
Thank
a folk practitioner.
exactly.
Same
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
I like books that has exercises on the back of the chapters because it's a good way to summarize the chapter that you read and a good way to enhance that reading that you just read.
Mhm.
I really like that a lot.
I kinda
And the
like
thing about the exercises is I'm not going to ask you to do something I've not done.
yeah.
So each one of those exercises I've been through. And it's just like writing this next book. I am going through some more stuff going through those exercises.
Universe has a way of making us, do that.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
I know
Wow.
it kind of helps you kind of like remember of those exercises too, what you have done. And some of those you haven't done for a long time. I know when I did the first book that we did, I remember, oh gosh, I remember this exercise. I remember doing this. And so I just kind of stop and I just do the exercise at that moment. It's like, oh my gosh,
I always feel like also too because I love reading as well. And when I have exercises to do it, I like take bits and pieces of it and put it in my own craft and everything. And then it carries on your memory as well because you're like, oh, I learned this from this book, from this author.
Exactly. And I do that through my own practice. I mean, trust me, I've got Jake's books highlighted, Byron Ballard's books highlighted. I mean, just,
Oh yeah.
It's very important.
If it's a folk magic book, I probably have it. It's annotated. I got notes.
same.
And then I go dig through their bibliographies on like where'd you get this, and then go find those. I'm digging through all sorts of things.
Well, and then too, I also provide recipes at the end. So you get
Yeah, I
my
like that.
oils, my incenses,
That was one I
all
really
that
liked
stuff.
that. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah, I
through
love
that
the
part
oils.
now.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it.
I don't know if I have patience for incense, but I love the oils.
I got into
My
making a lot of
incenses aren't
things.
that hard, honestly, because I'm lazy when it comes to incense. Oils, I'm the same way.
I'm just
I
a
do
busy
hot
mom.
hot
Love that.
oils. So I don't have time to let something sit there and sit on a shelf for weeks until it's ready to use. I do them on the stove.
Do you know
Exactly.
what we could do,
Yeah.
Nico? We could do it live with his incense recipe.
We could make
Yeah.
incense.
My favorite though is actually the oil recipe that uses bacon grease as the base.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
Oh,
like, man, after my
wow.
heart.
It
got
That
smells
was
like,
the
it smells like
goddess
home.
incense.
It reminded me of my grandma.
Because you know how like some witches will do works and cauldrons. I use my granny's cast iron skillet.
I use a little bit of all. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I
got
have the ones for incenses. The like you put the charcoal disc in and I'll go around. It's got a little handle on it. I love that one. But if I'm doing like something big, I'm in my kitchen with her cast iron skillet and I'm doing work in there, or I'm taking her skillet outside and on my
And if you
flat
think of it,
steps.
cooking is magical on its
It is.
own.
Oh yeah, the whole magic
I mean,
household.
when I make a
Exactly.
cake of cornbread, it's just as magical as if I were to do something with an incense or an oil.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. The
Absolutely.
kitchen magic. People sleep on kitchen magic so much.
Oh,
I
no.
They almost laugh at the kitchen witches. Like if you knew some of the
Right.
things that you can do with kitchen magic, you wouldn't be laughing. Cause like find a
I
spot in your cookies. Try me.
I intertwine like magic with like everything I do. I was even
Exactly.
telling goes live on last night that even putting nail polish, getting myself up, getting my hair done, all of it, getting dressed, every single thing I do.
Well,
I
that's
try to
what
intertwine it as much as I can.
the whole
Right.
thing with folk magic is that it's a system for the everyday person, and it's your whole life is magic.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you have things you do for certain circumstances, but like from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you doing magic.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
it's different than like some of the ceremonial witchcraft that people do where like you have specific times, like you got to know you're doing like the hour of Mercury on the day of Mercury, and like I'm planning this like 6 months ahead and it's going to take me like 4 hours to do,
hmm
and I'm over here 15 minutes later and the same damn thing's done.
Yeah. But I feel like
I do have some that I'll work like that, but my grandma taught me that you can do magic at any point, anytime.
Yeah.
Do it on the fly if you need to. Gather what you
Necessity.
need.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab
Necessity
what you need
goes.
out of the yard.
Yeah.
Right.
Necessity is higher than whatever correspondences, moon phase, whatever.
hmm
And like that, I try to tell people that one too, is that they don't like. I don't care what the moon phase is half of the time, because if I got to do it, I'm gonna do it. Like it don't matter if it's in the ideal circumstances. If I need to do it and get it done, it's getting done.
Exactly.
A lot of people like overcomplicated magic too. They
They
like
do. They need to simmer down their
they're too much in their
practices.
head about it. And I'm like, the most
Yes.
powerful thing you can do is yourself, you know, put yourself into your magic. You don't need an expensive tool. You don't need any of that. You could go outside and do cleansing with the wind. You know, the wind just blowing through your
Right.
hair.
Well, and there's so much right now about intention, and the way I throw intention around is intention is kind of like belief. If I'm
Yeah.
sitting in front of a
It's your
table full of
faith.
food and I'm starving to death, I can believe if I get up out of that chair and go eat that food, I'm going to be fine. I can believe that all I want, but until I stand up
Until you do
and
it.
walk toward that table, that belief has
Mhm.
nothing and will not do a thing.
Yeah. To quote Miss Ballard, anybody can light a candle and season it, but that don't make it a spell.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
believe that.
So, Dave, I had a quick question for you because,
Sure.
you know, I'm a medium and also, you know, an elemental witch, and I don't practice. I'm still trying to learn and grasp and everything. But my lovely sisters and cousin have been helping me stay into this realm and learn as I go, which I love. But, you know, one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, and see if you've encountered, you know, is there anything, you know, what's the biggest misconception out there about when people hear the word witchcraft? Have you run into that?
I think that they automatically think evil devil worship.
All the time.
I'm
All the time.
sorry. I mean, it's witchcraft, honestly, can be what you make it. I hate to make it that simple, but that's the way I look at it.
It follows
I
the
love it.
polarity of nature. You can heal people with witchcraft. You can harm people with witchcraft. It is based off of the person's morality, and the morality informs their craft. There's something for everything, because nature is as kind as it is cruel.
Well, and the one thing that I learned from my mentor and my grandma is if you can't hex, you can't heal.
Yes, yeah, you got to
Oh,
work
yeah.
both hands. I agree 100%.
So it's not black or white in any
No,
way
it's
at all.
yeah, because to learn how to heal is to learn how to harm, and vice
I like
versa.
to look at it
You
as
just have
all
to
the
receive.
colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, well said.
And I have a question, because your book goes into the wildings, which I love finding another animistic folk witch. How do you recommend somebody builds or begin to build a relationship with land spirits if they didn't grow up immersed in that?
The way you would a human relationship. Do it slow. Take it in bits and pieces. Just take walks through the woods. Get to know the area that you're in. Like I said, these woods have been my woods for 15 years. So I know these woods like I know the back of my hand.
Yeah, it's building the relationships.
Yeah, it started with me just taking small walks, falling asleep under trees, talking to just whistling in the wind and singing along with the wind and letting nature be a part of me rather than me trying to fit into their.
Yes,
I
that's
feel like
a huge thing.
Like talking to it like it's a diary, you know, talking
Exactly.
Yeah, tell tree stories.
Give them a piece
And
of
I would do that a lot of times, and I'm so bad about going out there and just falling asleep and waking up with all kinds of little critters. But I mean, a lot of times I'll sing myself to sleep, singing to the trees. I mean, and that's just a part of what I've always done. My grandma, every time she turned around, she had a song on her lips.
Yeah.
Whether it was doing housework, whether it was out in the garden, whether it was in the woods, whatever, she had a song on her lips. And she taught me to do that same thing. And I believe music is magical. I mean,
yes.
I mean,
I believe so as well.
if you think about the way it touches the heart and the parts of us nothing else can touch, music triggers emotions the same way a magic can trigger those emotions.
Yeah, it raises energy, it raises
Mhm.
emotions, and
It
like it's
does.
the release of those.
And it's so
And
healing too.
yeah, oh, it can
It
do so
does.
many things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and it's also the memories too, certain melodies, like like you're saying, thinking of your grandmother, and she always had a song on her lips, when you're following the same footsteps. So it's memories and keeping her alive in your memories as well too, which is really cool.
It's a good way
I
to
love
honor.
And with that Appalachian heritage, a lot of the church flew into that. So a lot of times
Yeah,
she would be
church
sitting
hymns.
singing a hymn, and the one that I remember is "He will set your fields on fire."
Yeah.
She would just, and you could tell with my grandma, you could tell if she was ticked off, because if she
Yeah.
sat in her rocking chair, depending on how fast the rocker went, if she was nice and slow, you could tell her mood was nice and mellow. But the more it picked up speed, she was a little irritated.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, that's her right there. You are a grandma now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who would have ever thought I would be in the grandpa role now?
Love that.
Well, it's great to be a grandparent. You get to do things
Like you get
differently.
You're gonna
than you
do
did with your
a
kids.
full moon with your grandson next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
My
wonderful.
oldest grandson, well, not me,
My
not
oldest child.
her oldest child, wanted to do a ritual, and I'm like, really? Because I've been trying to get them to do it, and they don't have the attention span to stand there and do it. So now when he's asking, I want to do one now. It's like, yay!
Well, I also think it's
Of course.
important to pass on, like, because my earliest memory is being underneath my mom's altar, passed out with her whole coven chanting. So I want my kids to have the same memories.
Yeah, she fell asleep to our chants a lot.
Oh,
Oh,
and that's the hard thing for me. I live like 5 hours away from my family, so
Yeah.
I don't get to do that. So I try to pass that on through teaching and things like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very important,
very,
especially with the next generation.
very much. So you said you was going to do, you're working on your second book. So what is the second book actually going to be about? What can we
Are you allowed to speak about it yet?
Oh, I can. My publisher is not such a stickler that I can't give information.
Good.
It's actually called "Be the Witch That You Are: Calling Back Your Power."
Ooh.
I love that.
I love that.
And it focuses around a phrase that my mentor used with me a lot. If I would whine about something, she'd be like, "Can you just pull up your big girl panties and be the witch that you are?"
Yeah.
And
my husband says that all the time.
Yeah, it's stuck. And I'm like, so why not remind people? And calling back your power is not so much calling back the power that was stolen from us or stuff like that. It's remembering who you are.
Yes. Yeah, remembering where your
You kind of
magic.
forget who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like I said, I have gone through more stuff writing this book, remembering who I am.
It's funny how that works, because like
The lesson to be learned.
our spirits get really literal about things, and often the physical work that we're doing, they're going to put you through to remind you what that's like. And so they're gonna, and it's great refreshers too. But I did some initiatory work about a year and a half ago, and I went through a whole health dumpster fire. I was in the hospital, and I was doing initiatory work and like death current, ego death initiatory work, and yeah, it got real physical.
Wow.
And like my mama was the same way. She kept telling her spirits, "I need a break. I need a break." So she tripped up over her grocery store's rug and broke both her kneecaps and was put in a wheelchair for 6 months.
Oh my
Because she
God.
kept telling them, "I need a break. I
Yep,
need
not
time
going
to
to
be
do that.
home and relax." And our spirits, they don't play.
Yeah, not doing that.
No, we gotta be careful.
Actually did. I mean, we was working really hard with the community and he's like, I really need a break, and from everything. And then he lost his forearm in an accident, work related accident. So, be careful what you wish for, because it can really come back at you.
Well, and people also don't talk about like the grief that comes with that too.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like part of like, I'll give you a little story that's in the new book. It's called On Having Been Forgotten. And it talks about a partner that I had when I first came out. And we had lived together and everything. And all of a sudden, I get a call from work that there was a fire at the house. And they found him hanging out of the window unconscious. As a result of that, he got amnesia. He did not remember me. He did not remember our relationship, did not remember a thing. While he was in the hospital, his family went in and took everything of mine out of the house and put it outside and essentially erased me for him.
Oh, how horrible.
So that's a part of it. That's a part of the calling back your power that I taught. Remembering who you are, because somebody else does not make you who you are.
Who you are.
Right.
Very well said.
Yes.
It's true.
So when did this come out? Because you can't leave me on a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah,
It was supposed to come out last year, but my stars, everything that could happen happened.
yeah.
So I'm actually looking at hopefully after the move, sitting down and getting it out by the fall of this year or the winter.
That's really exciting.
Okay, love that. I'm gonna be
You're looking
watching like a hawk.
And
for
I've
it.
got a couple of more in the works too. We're looking at a pocket guide to ancestor magic.
Yeah.
I'm also, and I haven't pitched this to my publisher yet, a dream book.
That'd be awesome.
Because I do quite a bit of dream magic as well.
I do
too.
Oh, awesome. Well, since you're in the Facebook group within the Cauldron, when your book comes out, you need to keep everybody updated.
I will.
Yeah, announce us. We'll send our minions.
I will.
To the bookshelf.
And I'll put in when the pre-release and all that comes out too.
That would be
awesome.
Oh, I have a question. So you do both folk magic and like modern witchcraft. How do you balance those? Because it's a tricky process.
Separated.
Okay, I do the same thing. I totally get it, and that's why I was asking.
And with modern witchcraft, mine falls more along the tradcraft.
Yeah, I was reading that. I'm also a trad witch. Yeah.
So I keep them separated, honestly, because if you try to combine the two, it just won't work.
It don't work well.
For me, it doesn't work at all. I've learned to segment them. And I actually have two altars set up, one for my magic and ancestor magic.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Because like the man in black don't always drive real well when I'm over here doing some work.
Exactly. And that's just it. I mean, my ancestors are very vocal, the ones that I've worked with. So they don't like sharing me. It's just like one of the ancestors I talk about in the book is my great-great-grandma Thula. And she's the one that comes up. She's the one that gives me the good kick in the butt. She doesn't like whine, and she's very much like my mentor was. She's like, get your crap together. You got work to do.
Yeah, that's my granny. She had a little 3-inch cast iron skillet in her purse. She had arthritis and couldn't pick the big one up off the stove. And so if you whacked it up, she'd crack you in the kneecap with it under the table.
See, with my grandma, it was totally different. You would either get this tiny, tiny little fingernail pinch on your leg, or you get just a little thump on your elbow. And that meant if you didn't behave at that point, you got more later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She'd be real calm and just come up whack.
Well, and if she ever told you to go out and get her a hickory stick, you did not get something short. No, you did not.
If it wasn't thick enough. Did that once. Tried to cheat myself, or tried to cheat her, and
Well, and there's one. You could tell I was a mischievous child too. The one story in the book about the green snake up through the outhouse hole.
Oh yes.
I got
that
one had me giggling. It was worth.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting there like that'd be my granny too. I would have
So,
done that.
so just to give you a peek, anybody who hasn't read the book, there's a story in there about we went to my grandma's house in Fairfield a lot, and she didn't have indoor plumbing. She had an outdoor toilet, and my aunt, who was a large woman, had to go to the potty, and I was always mischievous, and there was a hole in the side of the outhouse. So I was playing with a green snake that day, and I happened to feed that snake up through the hole in the outhouse. And about the time that it reached up and licked her butt cheek, she screams and goes flying out the outhouse door, looking for who did it. And she knew who did it. So I start getting chased through the pasture by this big woman with her britches down around her ankles,
I love that.
cursing like a blue streak.
Yeah.
And I'm dying laughing as I'm running, so I'm about to keel over anyway. She caught me, and like I said, I got the worst whooping, but it was worth every bit of it.
Oh yes, absolutely.
When I read that part, I just
I
had
was
to read it again because I was
giggling.
visualizing all this, and I was just laughing my ass off, like, oh my gosh, because living on a farm with an outhouse, I remember how my cousins used to do stuff like that
Mhm.
too, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was
My
it,
grandma was the reason I peed on an electric fence the first time. I'm like,
Mhm.
is it? She's
Yeah,
like, is it really electric? And she's like,
you gotta
go
find
find
out.
out. And she's like,
Yeah.
go pee on it, see if it does anything. I got knocked
I
back about 10 feet.
Yeah, if you ain't ever done it, don't recommend it. Go on the post, not on the
Wow.
wire.
I
It's
think
not
my
a fun
husband
time.
actually peed on a electrical
I
fence.
was in a cornfield.
He was
Peed
in a
on a
cornfield,
Hmm.
Yeah, we were
and
hunting. Yeah.
and he just,
do
kids,
you remember it?
Dave.
Oh, hell
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. We
And
were out
country
hunting.
kids are just as bad. I mean, country kids are
Yeah.
worse. We will
I
Oh
do
grew
yeah,
it.
up in the
I
country.
didn't know it was electric
That's
either.
all I know.
And my dumb
Oof.
self had a feeling it was and still did it.
Yeah. That's like my husband was raised in North Dakota, a small little community called Buxton. So it's a farm community too. So the stories you're saying are exactly the same thing that I've heard about his upbringing in childhood. Very, very, very small city
Hmm.
town.
Oh, yes.
I had a question. What do
Sure.
you think modern witchcraft communities misunderstand most about Southern and Appalachian magical practices?
I think that they think we're just a bunch of hicks.
I agree. I agree. I had a man think that all I did was make salves and read a Bible, and
Hmm.
I'm like,
I think they
I
see us as a
do those
cast off of the
too.
church.
Yeah, I do those
Oh.
too, but also like there's a whole chunk of the practice about messing up witches and taking witchcraft off of
Hmm.
people. Like folk practitioner is not the one.
Exactly. And I know so many different types of folk practitioners.
Yeah,
Like Matthew Venus is a folk practitioner. I
yeah.
mean, Adam
Matthew Venus, I love
Adam
his stuff.
Darkley
Yeah.
is. I
hmm
mean,
hmm
all of these people that
I've
I know are
seen,
different types of folk
yeah,
practitioners that
yeah,
we don't
Ballard in their
fall under
yard.
one big
Yeah,
old hickish umbrella.
yeah. There's so many there, and each it's such a vast like overhanging umbrella. You can
Hmm.
equate folk magic to like the pagan umbrella because
Exactly.
even in the same area, you're gonna have practitioners with different family traditions. There's gonna be like
Hmm.
their community traditions, like state traditions, what herbs they work with, and even practitioners who have all those in common still gonna work things different.
Hmm.
It's
And we
a
were so close to the Gullah in
Yeah, a lot
location
of
that
Go
we got
Geechee
a lot
stuff.
of that information, like haints. I mean, I
Yeah,
remember my grandma
yeah.
talking
My
about
porch.
haints like
Yeah,
crazy.
I got a bottle tree in my porch haint blue. Like
Hmm.
I got the Hexenspiegel. I got a mirror set up outside on my tree. The
Well, and that's just it. I visited Savannah a few years ago, and we were doing a tour, and they were talking about some of you probably don't really know what a haint is, and I'm like, oh yes, I do.
one of my I like explaining if you don't know what a haint is. Uh, if you're not comfortable in your skin, she will be.
Exactly. And they don't realize haints are not ghosts.
No,
I
no,
mean, that's
it's
just it.
I would equate haints for people that don't know. So that they're either sometimes a spirit, but it's generally a person in like spirit flight. So it's a practitioner. So in Tradcraft, we have a thing called hag writing,
Mm-hmm.
where you climb up top somebody as a spirit or like astral projection,
Mm-hmm.
and you ride them like a horse
Mm-hmm.
until they wake up exhausted as shit
Mm-hmm.
and sore. And this is kind of what a haint does, where
Mm-hmm.
they come in as a mist through like your keyhole or down your chimney, which is why we have charms up in our chimneys, and you got them weird windows because they're obsessive. They fall in the classification of
Mm-hmm.
obsessive spirits where they got to count things or
Mm-hmm.
find the end of something.
And that's why you put things over your doors and
Yeah, that's why you got that wreath on your door. They got to sit there
exactly.
and find the end of the wreath, or
And
you
that's
got to
just it.
char
People
a
don't realize that
rice.
some of these things go back way farther than just putting a pretty Easter wreath on the door.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people. It's so steeped in our cultures, and like we really just have to ask the right questions, and that's the thing that I think why a lot of these traditions don't get passed on is that they're just so used to this as a thing that exists in our family, and they
Mm-hmm.
never asked why. And I was
Exactly.
that obnoxious ass child who was
I
always
feel like
asking
that
too many damn questions.
as well. Like a lot of things you hear from your grandmother or your grandfather or your great grandmother or even your mother.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't realize that it's witchcraft
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
so regularized.
every
Like
day.
my granny would never leave her purse on the floor.
Yeah.
You do not put that
Mm-hmm.
purse on the floor. It goes on your shoes. It goes on a chair. It goes on the table. It became a whole thing with her and
Or
all of
why
her
does my
sisters.
granny put her
Mine
cards?
would sit there like
Did
this.
yeah, on her lap, on your
Yeah.
lap, like the guard my purse, and
Mm-hmm.
like
And don't you dare set it down.
mhm.
No.
Yeah, and my granny had a specialty, and her specialty was gambling. She was a gambling witch.
Mm-hmm.
So she worked a money jar, she got Buckeyes in her purse, and she paid for everybody's Christmas presents by gambling. It was her little
I love
hobby.
that. That's awesome.
And so she was real big on her money magic, her money work, and her removals. If you had a hard conversation or something, she'd sweep the ass up out the house back out the same way they came, because you're
Yeah.
going to take your problems with you. They're not mine.
Millie was
You
definitely
just
like
made me you made me think about something that I haven't thought about before. My grandma, I would say my whole family is probably based in love magic. And
Yeah,
more
there's a lot of specialties.
just because like my great great grandma Thula, she had 8 kids by 8 different men, never married,
Mhm.
Wow.
never wanted to be. My
Mhm.
grandma was married to 3 different men, and
They
you ask
probably
her
did
about her,
love
she
work,
say every one of them died in bed, happy with a
or
smile on
that
their face.
spicy kind.
I
But even
love
with
that.
even knowing what the name or who Fula is as a spirit, that make a whole lot of sense if you know who Fula is as a
Oh,
goddess. She's the handmaiden of Freda. She's a one of the love goddesses. She
yes, it
deals
makes me
with
wonder if that name came from that.
commitment.
It
Yeah,
could have,
yeah.
yeah, could
She's
have.
a Germanic and Norse goddess, minor goddess of relationships and happy homes.
Mm, I'm
And
gonna have
she
to do some
served
research
Freya,
now.
and the goddess of love, lust, and more.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of
Because
witches
I had
get.
a friend that used to tell me when we go to the bars to turn the pheromones off.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Joking. God, I don't see myself that way at
Nico, I
all.
feel like that's your type of magic as well, a little bit.
I do. Well, that's my tradcraft. Our tradcraft tradition is very heavy and positive on embracing your sexuality and the physical desires being sacred. I'm
Mhm.
also devoted to Azazel, who is
Mm-hmm.
the one of the aspects of the Men in Black that I work with,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a god or deity about lust work and love and embracing the carnality. So 100%, yeah, no, I be feral
Mm-hmm.
as fuck because I am body Azazel.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And
that's
I
part
think
of the
you
reason
have
I'm in
to
that
have
trad.
that. And I think
Mhm.
Appalachian magic in itself, it
It
embodies that
is
plurality.
untamed. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
untamed, and I always tell people, uh, I'm a trad witch. I'm not a trad wife. There's no
Exactly.
feral around here. We undomesticate witches and women and whomever. Like, be feral, be freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's like one of the classes I just taught at Sacred Space is called Raw Magic.
Mhm.
And it was to help us to magic has become too pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
It's become
I love the aesthetic,
too
but none of
sanitized. Is
mine.
that the word?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
that's a good
sanitized
one.
or whitewashed.
And we
Yeah.
forget that we were born to be feral.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we have gotten to the point that we're way too mannerly. And I'm not talking about being mean to folk. I'm talking about touching on that inner beast. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times, and I do this a lot of times when I'm angry, I'll sit and growl just for the hell of it, just to make myself feel better.
Yeah. I got a rage ritual like that where I'll go out and I'll go scream my grievances to the wind.
And that's what we did in this class. This was a
Mhm.
chance for people to embody that virality, to let
Mhm.
go. And a friend of mine told me, he's like, you're the only person I knew that could have people crawling around on the floor in a hotel, growling, yowling, and howling
I love
at
it.
the top of their lungs.
It's so healing and so. And
Doesn't
it,
this
And I'm
sound
like,
familiar,
I'm like,
Chrissy?
It sounds
I,
With
like a
Lady
lupus.
Wolf? Yeah,
yeah, it's
Lady
like I
Wolf.
said, I'm not going to make them do what I haven't done already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
or
I
even
got
like smashing pumpkins outside, just release that energy.
pumpkins,
Mhm.
ice, screaming a pillow. Go and soul a stuffed animal and go make that your vent friend.
Mhm.
And go
Mhm.
scream all your problems. Just don't be surprised if you vent to that spirit and it go do something about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, if you believe in magic, believe it's going to work.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
When they had about what I think it was, I don't know, 5 years ago. I think after the virus and everything, the pandemic and everything, they had everybody went out and howl. Just like 8 o'clock, you're supposed to go outside and just howl.
Oh, during
Mhm.
COVID.
Yeah, Lupercalia.
Just-
Yeah.
and
During COVID.
that is something that I still do sometimes. I just go outside and just let go because it helps release everything in your body.
And she
Yeah.
brings my kids with her, and I'm like, "Who's howling outside? Where's my kids?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my children."
Well, you need the baby wolves too, I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Raise them up the way you want them to be.
Right,
There's so many-
exactly.
Well,
absolutely.
we live in a very, very small town, about 800, so when I first moved here about 4
She
years
had to
ago,
tell them they were witches.
I was, I'm always been out in the open. I never been in the broom closet or nothing. It's like, this is me, take me like I am, or just leave me alone. And,
I didn't want her to do that though.
she didn't want me to do that.
Not because I've been out of the closet my entire life, but because I have small children and they have school and I live in a very hick town and I wanted to protect them from what I went through as a child.
Which I can understand that. But then again,
she didn't care. She told the whole town.
It's not that I didn't care. It's just
no, you didn't.
I just
Don't even
did
go
not
there.
care what people thought of me. It was me.
Well,
And that's just like, I live in a condo complex.
I know, but still, so it does feel good just to release all that. And
It does.
let people
And
know.
you have to have that space. Like with me, I'm in a condo complex and I have to go out into the woods. I don't care if I scare people. They think it's probably coyotes out there.
Right. Yeah.
The
But
best advice I can give to people is stop caring what other people see you do.
Yeah. Right.
Because either they're gonna get it and they're gonna leave you alone, or it's not for them to understand.
Right.
So if you catch me at the crossroads with a bottle of rum and a cigar, mind your business.
Well, to me, if you hide your craft
or help
from everybody, it's like you're hiding it from the gods too.
I felt
that's how I feel.
I know, but for me, I was thinking as a mother and of having small children, and
I
you,
know.
grandma, did not give a fuck.
well, and there's always, if you think about it, and even in our own personal craft, there's that evolution of, I mean, we're constantly becoming, and that's one of the things I talk about in my newer book coming out too, is becoming who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're in a state of
Authentic you.
constantly becoming. Well, if you think about it, we have become human doings.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to be anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
If you think about it, when we go out into nature, we've forgotten how to interact with nature because nature just is.
Right.
We think that we have to do something. We think we need to pick up this or needle this or touch. No, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Just be. One of the most magical times for me out in the woods are leaning up against a tree, waking up to find little chipmunks crawling in and out of my pockets, or finding an old mama possum crawling up on my lap to make herself comfortable, and me hold my breath until she moves. But
it would be really
I mean,
comfortable with you to do that.
it's learning to just be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Present.
probably feel your energy as well. You know what I mean?
And that's just that. That's
yeah.
why I think that that's why I think I had so much success working in the veterinary industry. I've only been bitten once, and it was a cat that felt threatened by the doctor.
Yeah.
Anytime I was handling the animal, not an issue.
Yeah, I have everybody called me Snow White as a child because I had all the children and animals following me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also as a witch growing up in the community in a small town in Iowa, you are kind of the outsider. So the woods and the animals and all the elements are around you. Yeah. It's the only thing that you truly feel like you can be yourself.
Right.
Well,
And
the
I grew
rural
up with
kids-
goats and pigs and
Yeah,
ducks
the
and
rural
geese and
kids.
chickens following me.
That's
Yeah.
why we have connection to the land the way we do, is because like we live in nature. Like you're drinking local water, you're surrounded by nature, and people
Yeah.
like when you're in the big city, and I've always lived in the big cities, like people don't that they have to go seek nature when like you're surrounded by it.
And you know,
then
one thing I just thought about too, not
Yeah.
one time growing up was I ever told not to get dirty.
exactly.
I wasn't either.
I mean, I got scolded when I had to come inside because you tracking mud up in this house, and I just cleaned it. And so help me if I got to clean it again.
Oh, trust me, I'd get hosed off in the yard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That cold ass hose water. Yeah.
Because we have
yeah.
really we have a lot of storms up here, really bad storms, and I would put plastic bags on the bottom of my feet and go sliding down the mud hills. And then I would come home and be like, "Hi, Mom." My dad's like, "Be a lady." I'm like, "What's that?"
I know when I was a kid, I used to hunt for crawdaddies. You know, I would go to the ditch and dig a hole and hunt for crawdaddies a lot.
Snapping turtles, little baby snapping turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Mom be like, "Can I have this as a pet, Dad?"
Been there, done that. I mean, I have caught crawdads, frogs. I mean,
turtles, frogs. Oh
used
yeah.
to have my pockets checked before I'd come in the house.
I'd have a snake up in there, a frog.
Oh, my
Sometimes
mama
I'd come in the house with a sparrow.
My
And see,
mama would get so mad if I
as
had a snake in my pocket.
Oh, my mom was terrified. Oh, great.
One time, my sister brought home a cat and tried to save the cat because we would always try to rescue animals. And we felt really bad for any injured animal. And my sister wrapped her up in my grandmother's baby blanket that she made for me. And my southern grandmother was livid because it left like this nasty like death stain in it. She's like, "How dare you, girls?"
See, I think Mama would have laughed at me. She's been, look at what you did now.
I'm being a psychic medium and I'm empathic. So I find, and it's funny, I have to take like time to make myself reconnect with nature. You know, my backyard is my nature, you know, and I'm in a big city. So I have planted so many trees, you know, I've planted bushes, things like yeah. And I mean, my goal is to make my backyard exactly that, Nico, is an oasis so that I can go out there and commune with nature. Because once I've done something in mediumship, that's like the first thing. I'm like out the door and I'm outside.
You gotta go ground.
Regardless
you
of what
gotta
the temperature is.
bring yourself back. Yeah.
Correct.
And see, that's what's like with me. I'm an intuitive, so and also empathic. So it's just like when you go out in crowds, you have to have that time just to kind of.
Oh yeah, always
because you're the Velcro, everything sticks to you. It's like it's great, isn't it?
So I have a question for you. You mentioned that you've done dream magic. What type of dream magic do you do? And how did you know that was a calling of yours?
Well, with dream magic, a lot of times I will get, and this coming out of the church, I'm really careful not to try to use too much churchy lingo. A lot of times my dreams will end up being prophetic.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds.
Or or I'll dream something that is really close to happening, or if I know that something's about to happen to somebody, they'll come to me in a dream.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You'll get this.
I had that when my grandfather passed away. He came to me in a dream to say goodbye and
that happened with my mom.
To have that closure that he wanted, and then I ended up getting that closure. And it was weird when I was dreaming. My grandmother had paranormal activity happening, and where we were in our dream, where we went from the living room through a hallway, through the dining room, into the kitchen, that's where they saw his spirit going along. So I don't know if I asked for projected there, and we were
Mhm.
just there having the whole thing. But I thought it was beautiful because she got to
Well,
talk with her as well.
and for me, it started as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day when they would keep the bodies in the house whenever somebody would die.
Cooler
And that
woods.
was where, yeah,
Mhm.
and that's where you'd have the wake and everything. Well, that happened with my great grandpa.
Yeah.
So there was a picture of him and my great grandma in the bedroom that I slept in. And one night I watched him and her both walk out of that picture to my bed. I never once felt threatened. I just felt a hand on my back, and I knew that I was being watched over.
I love
That's
it.
how with my last pregnancy, I had some complications, and I felt like my grandfather came forward and told me it was like okay,
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what a lot of spirits do. And I feel like a lot of people, when they see a spirit, they think it's going to be harmful or malicious, but really it's just the spirit giving you answers or seeking answers.
Well, and in our family, we have what they call the sight.
Yeah.
And I had an Uncle Zeb, who I talk about in the book, who had the sight but didn't know what to do with the voices. So
Mhm.
he ended up
It's
killing
hard,
himself.
yeah.
Oh
But
no.
he's the one that came to me in dreams to teach me how to work with it
Yeah.
and how to use it.
Yeah.
Healing
So
on the inside.
a lot of the dream magic is being able to be taught too.
Bet
Yeah,
it was
the spirit
healing for him
teachings.
too, to like help you and guide you through that for him to help.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have the same,
And trust me, I've had dreams about my great great grandma Thula,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
mostly get off your butt and do something.
Yeah, I've
Mhm.
always had the sight since I've been a little girl, but that's one way that because sometimes I'll like push it away. And if I'm pushing it away, that's how a spirit will come to me.
Yeah, you
Well,
like
and
to lock it down.
he taught me how to silence it when I'm
Yeah.
like when I
Yeah.
need that space. Like when I
Right.
go to Costco, I don't want it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the
popping
switch
circuits like
too.
crazy.
Mom taught me how to put a switch on mine so
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
because I'll be
You have
talking with a
to.
bunch of witches on like TikTok and stuff, and sometimes my friends will be doing work-ins while we up in a live, and I'm like, I don't want to know who you working with or what's going on up over there. That's
Yeah.
none of my business.
Mhm.
And then other times people have me do readings for them and stuff, and then I got to turn it on, and then people when they find out that it's like, oh, you can see spirits. And then they asking me 500 questions about, oh,
Yeah.
who's
Yes. Oh
around
my
me, and
gosh.
like,
Yes.
can you talk to this person? And I'm like, so I have bad news. If they around you, absolutely. But I'm
Facebook and
not gifted.
Instagram can be deadly when it comes to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gifted
Very
kind of
true.
in the manner of mediumship that Miss Medium Red over here is I can't just snatch somebody's granny out of wherever they at.
Well,
If
and
you're
that's
around, we can talk.
and you know
But
what? You
like,
can't really do that either. I mean, it's like even as a medium, people are like, I want to talk to my brother so and so, and it's like, I get who I get. The
Yeah.
brother may not present
that's the same
himself.
thing.
You
I
don't
don't
always
know.
have to do.
I don't pick up the phone and go, okay, Bob, we need to talk to you now.
Well, one
It
thing
doesn't
happened to
happen
me.
that
You
way.
get the
We
damn
were
voicemail. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I was
Said yes
visiting.
to
I was
voicemail.
visiting Blue Ridge, Georgia, one time. It's a little mountain town up here in Georgia, and I always try to turn it off when I'm out, like in shops and things like that. Well, one day I forget to do it, and I walk into the shop, and I keep hearing spirit. It's like, go talk to that person. Go talk to that person. I'm like, I am not Teresa Caputo here. and I'm like, I'm not going to get any peace until I do this.
That's
So I
right.
go up to the person and I'm like, I'm not Teresa Caputo. I just wanted to tell you, this is what's happening. I have intuitive abilities. I do see spirits. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing. Does this resonate with you? They start bursting out in tears. And I'm like, well, guess that was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your sign.
Oh, they be so persistent too. It's
Yeah, and I'm like,
awful
okay, I'm like, after that, okay, time to put the guardrails up
I
and go.
think
yeah.
I think for
Yeah.
me also, like I push it away a lot because I had a lot of paranormal trauma, and a lot of people,
I'm sorry.
Well, that's not your fault. That's just growing up, and I didn't always have the most kindest spirits around me.
Yeah.
Especially if they know that you are young and you have the sight.
Yeah, and I was very
They'll take
blessed
the
because I
show.
feel like I had those two guardian spirits, my grandma and my grandpa watching.
I had an old lady. She would sit at the
Yeah.
end of my bed and she would hum Silent Night every single night.
And Amazing Grace too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, that's not disconcerting at all.
No,
But
not in the least.
it gave me comfort and it helped me.
Good.
Like I felt like my room was a safe space with her in
Okay,
there.
good,
And
good.
then when I got older, it wasn't the greatest.
It
Teenage
was-
years.
It was kind of like
Little
her.
hairy
It was
man.
kind of like a ghost mommy. You know, when
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
was
Yeah,
in my
very well.
bedroom asleep, it was like a ghost mommy there.
I didn't call
Or
her ghost. I didn't call her
no,
ghost
but
mommy. That's
I know, no,
inappropriate.
I didn't say that. But I mean, it was like a ghost mommy or grandmother that was, you know,
She was like a
took
grandmother.
care of your kid.
Yeah.
You were sleeping, you know, by singing Amazing Grace or something.
But it
like
would freak
And
people
I
out.
think sometimes,
Lullaby.
like the spirits of the house or the land will do that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they feel protective of you, they will work with you, whether
Mhm.
I mean subconsciously or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was in the house growing up that my great grandparents
Yeah.
lived in, and
Oh, that's
so
nice.
therefore we had that familial
Mhm.
bond.
You were acquainted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was getting great Aunt Nellie from somebody
Yeah, I
else's
have,
family.
Right.
I'm spirit of the house right now, who's an older lady, and she's very protective of my kids, which is great.
That's good.
So-
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. She's spitting vinegar.
She is. Whew, I'll never piss her off again. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Well, you should tell what happened.
With your respect, I have backed down.
She was bad mouthing this woman in her own kitchen,
Oh,
and she had a spoon come up off the cupboard and whack
I
her right up
felt
in the
her
forehead.
like
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it. It felt like someone took a pan to my head and like tried to knock me out. That's what it felt
Ooh.
like. Yeah.
and that's always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love that lady. She's great.
Yeah.
Didn't she
Nico's dealt
dragged
with it
some
a couple
spirit
times.
down the damn staircase and out your front door, didn't
Yeah,
she?
she did. It was
She
so
what?
weird. So
You heard?
I was downstairs. We didn't have cats then. I didn't have my dog. And
We wasn't here.
yeah,
yet.
my dog wasn't. No, you were here.
Oh, was
You
she?
guys didn't have your dog. My dog was outside.
Okay.
And I heard someone drag something down, like a body down the
Oh,
stairs.
yeah.
And I looked upstairs and no one's there. And I go, Mom?
Yeah,
She goes,
thought
I'm
it was
in here
us.
in the bedroom. Like, okay, so you're not in the stairs. And I would hear my mom go down the stairs because I have a really old home. And then I'm just looking everywhere and it felt like someone dragged a body down the stairs and through the living room and out the door. And I'm just like, I don't know who pissed her off, but they're gone now.
Yeah. I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And I've also
stars.
had I have an older man in my house too. And when I lived here by myself and I just had a baby, I heard these manly, like a big man going walking across my floor upstairs. I'm like, I'm a woman by myself. This is kind of scary.
Yeah.
So I'm like calling my mom, going, just if something happens, just call 911. That's my house.
Can you stay on the phone the entire night, please?
Yeah, definitely know you have some activity when you have to call someone. You have to phone a friend.
That's right. Exactly.
So, Dave,
Yeah.
your classes, I know you
Yeah.
have taught some classes and everything.
Mhm.
So, can you give us and the audience, what do you teach? Where do you teach it at? Is it online or face to face?
I'm in the process of working on the Patreon because I want to be able to offer these classes online to people who, and I want to be able to do it in a way that if they can't afford it, we do scholarships, things like that.
Yeah.
But right now I teach at places like Sacred Space, Mystic South. I just finished teaching at Sacred Space this year, and not the year before, but the year before that. And the classes I teach are based like one that I taught the first year at Sacred Space was using ancestral magic to deal with trauma.
Yeah. I love that.
Because my background is also ministerial counseling and psychology. And another class that I taught this year there was essentially grief as a grimoire. How we as magical practitioners should look at grief.
Yeah.
Not necessarily how we as a person should, but as practitioners. And I also taught the class called Raw Magic. Last year I taught the intro class to my newest book coming out, and it was called Call Back Your Power, and that was another loud class.
I love that.
But those are the type things I teach. I've got a lot of classes in the works right now. Many of them are based on the calling back your power, working with ancestors, just different pieces like that. Um, a lot of learning how to embrace your ferality, even if you're in the city. Um, so, like I said, I'm hoping to get after the move into the new place. I'll have more of a designated space to record and put things out there.
Mm.
Right now, it's like we put up the background because we're in my bedroom, which is a huge mess because Pat Kenny.
Well, when you do get your classes ready, and you're always welcome to put them on our Facebook group within the Cauldron. If you need an online platform, you are free to use our platform.
We can
to
also
Thank
put
you.
it in our
out.
Discord, and me and Nico can also talk about it on TikTok.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh,
one of
great. Thank you.
live, so
Yeah. Yep. So just
Yeah.
keep us updated.
I sure will.
It has been a great pleasure speaking to you, Dave.
yeah, we've been.
Oh, I
had
think
a
this is going
blast.
to be good.
This is
The
awesome.
way
We do want you back, like we talked earlier, like a witchy men talk, maybe with Jake. See if he can come on too. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
of course, Nico will be on there. He won't miss that for anything.
Oh no, I
So-
love it anytime I get to talk to trad witches, folk practitioners. Like it's a lonely world out there a little bit in the online witch spaces,
It
and
is.
I love collecting my like fellow folk practitioners and trad witches because we get to like talk the nitty gritty shop, and like
Hmm.
I can only do so much around some practitioners where it's like I can talk about this, but like you're not gonna understand some of this, and it's fine. But
Hmm.
it's nice
Yeah.
when you get to like talk shop.
Well, it's like old home week. It's like it's like a
Yeah,
family reunion.
Mhm.
It's
yeah,
like you're sitting there talking about whose banana pudding you don't eat and whose you do.
yeah,
What
absolutely.
if we want
And
more
if you put raisins in the
Yeah.
potato salads, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's just that's part of it. It's like it's building your own tribe.
Mhm.
It is
Yeah.
exactly.
And that's just it. If I'm on Facebook and we aren't friends yet, go ahead and friend me, Al.
Absolutely, yeah. You can look up Dave on Facebook as
And I'm also on Instagram.
Yep.
I'm on Facebook as Dave Gaddy, just my name, and I've got a page called The Weathered Wise Man.
Yep.
And on Instagram, I'm weathered_wise_man_real.
Okay.
awesome.
Good to
Uh,
know.
yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like I said, it was great. I'm glad that when you introduced yourself to our Facebook group, that you did mention you was an author and everything, because
Mhm.
you know me, I grabbed you up just like that.
You
and-
did. You were fast.
All she had to say was folk magic to me and Nico, and we're like, okay, we're there.
Oh, I had to hear. Yeah, good folk practitioner. Okay, yes.
Yes, I love folk magic.
Yeah. So, until next time, it's been lovely to
Yeah, it was-
visit with you and have fun. I hope you had a blast.
I have
And-
had the best time.
And
Hopefully,
I-
we're not too feral for
I
you.
just want to bring the book up one more time.
Sure.
This is the book that he already did. It's a
The
very
Temple
good
of
book.
Magic of Wild Things, The Journey of a Southern
And-
Male Witch, and it's on Amazon, Rebel Satori Press, and you can actually even order it through Barnes & Noble and some of the other places like that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
He has exercises for you after each chapter, which is always a plus. So,
And also do journal prompts.
It's a great book.
Yeah. it is.
Oh, it'll have you hooting and hollering. There's some great practical stuff in there. The recipes are great.
Yeah.
I'm looking through those now, and I'm looking at my apothecary, and I'm sitting there like, what do I want to make?
I
We
know. I
make
was doing the
sure,
same thing.
Yeah, we make sure that Nick and Amy will put it on TikTok too as well.
If
talk
Nico
about
goes
it.
live tonight, we'll talk about this podcast, and we'll point everybody to your
Have a
direction.
link to it
Perfect. Thank y'all.
as well. I don't want to let you go because I want to talk to you some more, but I know we got to go.
Yeah.
But till next time, I'm hoping.
Anytime you want to have me back, I'm more than willing.
Oh, we would love to have you
we
back.
would love to
Me and
have you
Nico.
back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just stay on for a few minutes while Nick take us home.
Well,
And
thank you guys.
blessings,
Have a
everybody.
blessed night.
Thank y'all.
And
Good night,
we'll see you
everyone.
guys
Thank
next
you.
time.